Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, I think that the explanation here is the same thing. Oh yeah, no, it's different. We got a different one. It seemed like it was the same one because that's the autosave description as well. But no, it is definitely a different recap than the last time, so let me go ahead and read it. After escaping the siege at Stinky's, the freelance police are gobsmacked to discover an immense cloning facility, the obvious source of the menacing doppelgangers. Who is the Clone Master, and how can they be stopped? Cleverly taking advantage of Stinky's cell phone, Sam and Max have finagled their way up to the clone control platform. Dr. Norrington tells the freelance police that the Clone Master is dealing in a dark dimensional magic and that they must seek out the Cthonic Destroyer in the Giggling realm of Skittering Ingestion. I love that name. He also mentions the Clone Master could be using the toy box to tear down the walls between our world and the dark dimension, which would be bad. Mama Bosco tells Sam and Max about a biometric override that can be used to unlock the clone controls, but they'll need to create a clone of Mama Bosco to use it. I think I know why this chapter is not separated into acts. It's because a lot of the stuff in this chapter can be done in any order. Like, I could have found out about Dr. Norrington being secretly, what is his name, Yogg-Sagoth? Way earlier in the chapter, but I only just now found out about that part. So that is why there's no chapter act thing going on. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue now. Offhand, I'm not entirely sure what I should be doing next, but I have a couple of ideas. First things first, there's a couple of things in here that I realized I did not inspect, starting with the journal here.
Say, Papercut, mind if we take a closer look at your journal?
I promise to laugh at your bad poetry and schoolboy crushes. No!
I'm afraid I must concur with my host. Paperweight's journal contains all the spells we'll eventually need to destroy the toy box. Send me home.
What if... And I don't think this is going to work, but it's worth a shot. But what if we tried turning into it? Currently, Paperweight has cast a spell that prevents us from turning into anything in his possession. But it's worth it. Will you shut up? What are you even saying? Whatever.
Still nothing. Ah.
There's also something under his desk, apparently. What's up with that? I want to kind of figure out what that is.
Are they still here?
Oh, it's just a map?
Still nothing. Ah.
Why is the sparkles under the map when the map is on top of the desk? Whatever. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything else to do here, so let's go ahead and... I do have one idea. Since we're dealing with different dimensions and that sort of thing, maybe Mama Bosco will be able to help us with that. She was kind of trapped bouncing around different dimensions for a while, so surely she must know something. Maybe she's actually been to the Giggling realm of Skittering Ingestion. Is there like an elevator in that mole hole?
Mama B?
Yes?
Aw, she doesn't have any new information. Okay. I'm gonna go everywhere I can think of, try to find some sort of new information. There's Paperweight's office, but we're just there. I wonder... Sal fell down from the platform in the cloning facility. Oh no, wait, I think this will just lead to the phone booth where his new job was. It won't actually go to him. Well, first things first, Stinky's Diner.
Sorry, the number you have dialed is unavailable at this time. Please try your call again later.
Darn. Bet it's a psychic side effect of all this dark dimensional folderol.
Well, that ain't helpful. Alright, let's go there the normal way.
Those short.
Beer Force says, I got Zaxby's.
Well, that was pointless.
I
What?
guess Stinky must have locked the door behind her.
Why can't we go back to Stinky's right now? You'd think we'd be able to at least teleport there. Is something going on at Stinky's Diner? Well... Where would I perhaps find... Let me go back to Mamba Bosco's. Where would I find the entrance to a place called the Giggling Realm of Skittering Ingestion?
Hey, Dr. Mama, could this dimensional destabilizer be used to, say, visit a spooky suburb of the Dark Dimension to get a horrifyingly powerful weapon?
I suppose. Want to give it a whirl?
Sure.
Now, I haven't had a chance to calibrate the navigational controls, so you'll have to figure him out for yourself.
Don't we always?
Well... This is it. But, no idea what I'm supposed to do here, aside from get the coordinates somehow.
I better get a body soon, because this itch is driving me crazy.
Wish me luck, Max. I'm off to explore the Nether Realms.
You should probably rephrase that.
We'll just try out various things here.
Ooh, science-y. Now, turn down the volume. Sam? Sam? Beset by any visions of insects and or arachnids?
Wouldn't it be funny if it turned out that the very first code that is default actually is to the Giggling Realm of Skittering Ingestion? It certainly seems that way.
Badgers?
Okay, badgers, sure. Maybe we found the badger dimension.
Future vision.
Let's try to avoid that one.
Psychic ventriloquist.
I guess I can't ventriloquist somebody who's in a laughing fit. Let's look at future again, just real quick. Maybe I can look at the future of the dials. No, that would have made things too easy.
Rhinoplasty.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing with my psychic powers here. Because none of them seem to do anything.
Teleportation.
Whoa! Holy wheezing bellows of Krakatoa. What a ride.
You okay?
Yeah, but only because I've sealed away most of what I saw into a deep corner of my subconscious.
Just like that time you caught me singing in the shower.
Let's see. Flash of light, blah, blah, blah. Giggling realm of skittering ingestion. Giggling and beset by visions of insects. Destroyer defeats things from the dark dimension. Leader eaten by a beast.
Are those three things we should be looking for? The max one is definitely the eaten by a beast thing.
Now where'd I leave that Heisenberg compensator?
Oh, there's so many possibilities. Is there an easy way to figure out which one I'm supposed to be looking at here?
Let's see. Flash of light, blah, blah, blah. Giggling realm of skittering ingestion. Giggling and beset by visions of insects. Destroyer defeats things from the dark dimension. Leader eaten by a beast.
Badgers. What does badgers have to do with anything? Do badgers have to do with anything? Where'd you go, Sam?
Badgers?
Okay. Your subconscious is apparently still laughing over in the corner there, so that's a thing. Badgers.
I better get a body soon, cause this itch is driving me crazy.
Well, let's try this.
Let's try this again.
Hey, you!
That one has him crying.
No flash of light there.
Bugs, roaches, they're under my skin. Get them off!
Well, we found the bugs that we were talking about. Will this still be the same future?
Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot. Now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick, weary bark. Here's to my love. O true apothecary. Thy drugs are quick, thus with a kiss I die.
Hey, guess what? I'm not really dead! Ooh, awkward.
Was that a Romeo and Juliet reference?
And I'm back. If we ever want to find that Cthonic Destroyer in the illuminated manuscript, we'd better start figuring out what these dials do.
Maybe we can ask about them.
Mama B,
Yes?
any useful tips on that dimensional destabilizer?
I think the 4 dials correspond to 4 etheric axes. Fate, mind, emotion, that sort of thing. But I don't have any idea which dial controls which axis.
Didn't you build it for slugging a thing?
Yeah, but I subcontracted a lot of the work out to Reykjavik. Confidentially speaking, I think they did a lot of the work during one of those 6-month Icelandic keggers.
In other words, this might be something we have to figure out ourselves. Okay, let's go ahead and try
Short sure don't leave anything to the imagination, do they?
one by one, max out each one of these and see what that does.
Sam, any chance you feel like you're gonna be eaten by a beast in the future?
Bugs, roaches, they're under my skin. Get them off!
Okay.
Thy drugs are quick, thus with a...
Oh. Well, that's no
Sam's
different.
not getting eaten in that future. He's just mooning over some dame.
Okay, I'm getting an idea of what needs to be done now. Somehow we're supposed to get bugs as well as get eaten.
Whoa! If I'm going to keep doing this, we should look into some sort of frequent flyer discount.
Hey, you! Sam? Beset by any visions of insects and/or arachnids?
Ah! Bugs, roaches, they're under my skin. Get them off!
Okay, so far, neither of the first two affect the bug situation. What about his vision?
I look pretty beastly there. I wonder if that counts.
Alright, so I guess changing the green one to 3 gets the beast reaction. What if we change it to 2?
Okay, that one was just plain weird.
Let's try 2. See if we get a different future.
No flash of light there.
Free bird!
Okay. So the green one definitely affects the future. Yep, bug still. So let's back up. Oh! Thanks for the hint. Does this mean we should...
I wonder if I could whip up an army of anti-clones. Nah, that'd just be silly.
Let's try number 2 on the second one then and see if we get another post-it.
Hey, you! Sam, any chance you feel like you're gonna be eaten by a beast in the future?
Ah! Bugs, roaches, they're under my skin. Get them off!
Okay, so this one is definitely not related to what's on his mind, but rather his emotion. In fact, let's not even bother with the future because we already know that that is where that needs to be. That was fun. Don't touch fate. Won't do.
Now,
So,
where'd I leave that Heisenberg compensator?
if this is set to 3, that gets him giggling. We'll leave that alone and save that for last, so that I can try out some of these other options.
I better get a body soon, cause it's it.
What does this do?
Sam? Beset by any visions of insects and/or arachnids?
The eyes, they're everywhere, always staring.
Okay, so the blue one is the that sort of vision. That one is definitely thoughts. And if I have it set to 3, thinking about badgers. So that needs to be set to 1, so he's thinking about bugs. Now what does this one do, I wonder?
My eyes!
It's the effect.
I don't know what that is, but it's not laughing.
So 1 is a puff of skunk smoke, 2 is a bright light, 3 is thunder. We want bright light, apparently. Which means all that's left is to get the vision of
Now, where'd I leave that
the
Heisenberg
beast.
compensator?
Which I think was 3. So this should do it. Cutscene's different.
Sam? Ah, great. Sam's been driven insane by an unspeakable horror. Now I've got a Craigslist for a new partner.
No, little buddy, really, I'm fine. I just got that medium extra small joke from earlier. Boy, that Super Ball, he's a hoot and a half. Oh yeah, and check out this key knick-knack I picked up from the gibbering realm of Skittering Ingestion.
Is that the dark dimensional destroyer that Norrington was yammering about?
Only one way to find out. Let's blast the bejeebus out of something from the dark dimension.
New toy! Progress! You say something new now that we figured that out? Also, correction to self, I think
I think I've done enough yo-yoing around in terrifying realms for one lifetime.
the red one was actually the motion, not the future.
Mama B?
Yes?
Nothing, we just figured it out is all. Now, let's go ahead and get some cloning action going on with Mama B, shall we?
Cthonic Destroyer.
This one seems like it would be pretty dangerous. Actually, just for funsies.
When the darkness strikes, your souls will be the...
Yeah, you've already given us that ultimatum warning thing before. I'm gonna go ahead and see what happens if I try using this on
into the shrieking zones.
Norrington. That should be interesting. First, let's tell them that we found it.
So, Doc, I've got a few more questions.
Of course you do.
Nope, doesn't say anything new there, but let's go ahead and have some fun with this thing.
Cthonic Destroyer.
Hey, welterweight! Get ready to have your Yogg-Sothoth problem solved once and for all!
Don't!
Why?
Yeah, I thought you'd be happy to get rid of Don Calamari here.
You cannot just blast Yogg-Sothoth out of me! We are a symbiotic being!
My human host is correct. The Destroyer wouldn't remove me in our hybridized state. It would only wound us, perhaps critically.
Ooh, bummer.
Indeed. Save the Destroyer for its intended target, the madman behind your plague of Sams.
Got a reaction. And I was about to say something else, but I forget what it was. That happens way too often. Oh, I remember what it was now. I bet you something's going to happen so that we somehow lose this toy before we're able to blast the bad guy and wind up having to go through some effort to get it back. Either that or find an alternate way to win. Either way, I think I'm going to go ahead and do an episode break before we blast this here magic called Tentacles. So, we will be right back. And when we come back, we're gonna blast away the tentacles and create a clone body for Mama Bosco.
Say